Hello, this is RocketRobotz and this is a $10 gaming mouse. So my previous mouse has been getting iffy and it registers double clicks instead of a single click, so I got the James Donkey 112 or whatever they call it. So this is what the package looks like directly from the mail. For its price though, the James Donkey has some pretty decent quality packaging and it's not plasticky. It is a black cardboard box with some outlines of the mouse and the company name. Even the tape has design. Never walk alone. I don't know how it is relevant to PC peripherals, but okay. I got the black colored mouse. So here are some of the specs. It weighs 105 grams. It has 3 DPI settings, 1000, 1600, and 2000. The DPI generally tells how sensitive the mouse is. The higher the DPI, less movement is needed for a much more travel across the screen. And the mouse has LED lights. Other than that, the specs are pretty generic since it is a cheap mouse. Here is a diagram specifying where the buttons are. The wire is bundled with a yellow cable tie. Look at that attention to detail. The wire is flat and has some sort of a ridge, and its texture is like rubber. Due to this, the wire barely gets tangled, so that's nice, but due to its texture, some dust sticks to it. The wire is long at a mere 1.5 meter or 5 feet. The connector, in my opinion, is quite extensive. It is USB and has an etching of James Donkey. Under the mouse is the sensor and the switch for the LED lights. The switch itself is pretty small, so it may annoy you. The lighting itself is what I would say is classy. It is not over the top and flashy. It is not RGB, of course, since it is cheap. There are grips on the side of the mouse, which also has some sort of a silicone rubber feel. The side buttons feel kinda mushy, but it gives a satisfying click. Here is a groove where the LED lights glow. Most of the mouse has a matte texture and is built pretty solid. At the top side is the logo, the DPI button to change to the aforementioned DPI options, the left and right mouse buttons, and the scroll wheel. Compared to my older mouse, which has a bit of wobbliness, the scroll wheel on the James Donkey feels pretty solid and also has the rubber feel like the wire. The mouse is fairly light, so the weight can be subjective since you may prefer a heavier mouse, but for me it is just right. The mouse is ergonomic as it fits my hand and it is symmetrical except for for the back and forth buttons. So this mouse can be used for left or right-handed people. So at first, using the mouse scroll wheel was a bit harder to press. Maybe I'm just weak, moving from the previous wobbly scroll wheel. Over time though, I got used to it. The mouse glides okay, and it works just fine. Of course, its precision is debatable since it is a cheap mouse. As you can see here, I was trying to draw curves. And the previous mouse is just a tad bit smoother compared to the James Donkey. Put some grain of salt though, since maybe I just suck at drawing curves. Gaming wise, there's nothing much to say, but the mouse works. Here are some nitpicks to the mouse. The side grips for me get tacky if my hands get a bit sweaty and oily, and dirt sticks to that. Although it is not that much, it may bother you from time to time. Every time you boot up your computer, it always starts at the 1600 DPI settings, so you have to press it for the other settings every time. The left and mouse buttons has a pointy vertex. It is cheap, it's sleek, and it works. You can get it in either white or black. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, dislike, share, all that stuff. Check the links in the description if you want to get this mouse. Peace out.